Hi everyone, welcome back to Diaries by Satyam. In today's video, we are diving into the basics of network terminology. We'll explore active and passive elements, understand nodes, junction, branches, loops, and meshes. And I will walk you through some examples to calculate the number of meshes, junction, and loop in a given circuit. So let's get started. So let's start with the active and passive elements. The elements which are capable to deliver energy to an electric circuit are called active elements. And for the passive, these are the components which are not capable to generate power, but this element absorb, store, and dissipate energy flowing through it. Let's take some examples. We have transistors as an active element because this component actually does deliver energy to a circuit. And also a diode, we have an LED. LED transforms electrical energy into light energy. So it's a light emitting diode. Then we have a photodiode, which reacts same as light. It reacts to the light. It when the lights fall on this component, it gives an electrical signal. So this is an active component. Then we have IC, what do you say, like integrated circuits. Then operational amplifier. You take it as NE555. Is an example of operational amplifier. It's also used as an IC. You also call it IC. It's a timer IC. Then we have seven segment displays, a battery. These are all example of an active element. Same for the passive. The resistor LDR. LDR is short for light light detecting resistor. So then a thermistor, capacitor, inductor, switches, a variable resistor, and transformer. These are all passive elements. These elements stores energy, does absorb energy, and components like transformer also dissipates energy flowing through it. For a depth overview how a transformer works, you can check the transformer video, the transformer series in the power system playlist. Okay, so now diving into the nodes and junction. These are actually not element. These are how in a circuit elements are connected. So what is a node? It's an exponential surface at which two or more circuit elements are joined. For say, I have an resistor over here, a inductor, and another resistor. So these are connected in such a way that this particular point, we call this as a node. And what is a junction then? A point where three or more circuits are joined. You see that in a node we are connecting minimum two or more. Like here we have a three circuit joining, which we call this as a node. What happens when more than three joins? Then this particular point becomes a junction. Coming to the branch, what is a branch in circuit? It's a part of network which lies between two junction points. You see we have a junction over here where two more than three, or you say four elements are joining. We take two such junctions, like see, and the branch, or you say the part which is connecting these two junctions, this section, we call this a branch. What is a loop? A loop is a closed part of a network. This is a very basic definition of loop. Like we are having a source over here, a resistor, and it's a closed circuit. There is no open end to it, so it's a closed circuit, and the current flows through the circuit in a loop in a round direction. So like the power will deliver through this source to the resistor, and from this resistor it will go back to the source. This is what we call a loop in a circuit. Then what is a mesh? The loop and mesh are closely related. How? Like in a loop, the power or the voltage, or you say current, loops around the circuit. It transfer in a circular path. In the mesh, the same way as a loop, it's a form of an elementary loop. Like it's a very basic loop where a single loop cannot be further divided. Would take this as an example. For say, I have a voltage source over here. This is a loop. Okay, this is a very basic loop. This loop we call it a mesh. If I extend the circuit, then it forms two loops. This whole one consists of two loops. One is these two loops. Okay, then what is the mesh here? The only one loop, the very basic loop that uh, causes only one loop is what we call mesh. And in this circuit, there are, you see, there are three loops. One loop is the basic one, this one. This is loop number 2, and this whole causes another loop. This is loop number 3. So loops can be formed anywhere, but mesh is the very basic form of a loop, which cannot be divided, further divided. Like we have divided this whole loop into two smaller loops. Right. So let's solve it with some example. Here the question says, in a given circuit, we have two circuits over here. Determine the number of junction points and meshes. What are junction points? A junction is where three or more circuit elements are joined. Another thing it's asking is meshes. A mesh is an elementary form of a loop. Okay, so let's count the junctions. We have to, taking this circuit, we have to identify where like three or more elements are joining. First is this point. Okay, then we have over here another point. Only these two are the junction points, like three or more, like we have three elements joining over this point. So here we have number of junctions with two junctions. And what is the number of meshes in the circuit? Yes, elementary form of loops. So this is one loop, two loop, and the third loop we can't consider because this Bigger loop can be divided into two smaller loops. So there are two number of meshes. One is this one, the second is this one. So this is two mesh. Okay, so this particular network consists of two junction points and two meshes. Similarly, if we look at this network, we have to find the number of junction points and meshes. So here, first look at the junction points. We have to consider only those points which are connected to three or more elements. So first, B is a junction point. Then we have a G as a junction point. Of course, D is a junction point. F is a junction point. Right. So we have four junctions. So there are no more junctions. So it has four junction points. And let's calculate the number of meshes, or you say elementary loops. So this is a big mesh. This is a mesh as well. We have another mesh. So this has three meshes. So this is all about the basics of a network terminology. We will dive more deeper into this in the next episode. If you enjoyed the video, give a thumbs up, or if you are new here, just subscribe to the channel. Hope you understand the basic concepts.